Good morning, dear students. Is it audible? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you visible my screen?
Yes,
Hartnell
sir.
governor problem. Are you visible?
Yes, sir. ఇది మరి ఎక్కడ కట్టేసారు దాన్ని అసలు తెంపుకున్నాము.
Okay. So are you visible my screen? Problem?
ఎస్ సార్ విజిబుల్ సార్.
Okay. So the today's lecture is
Limit, sir.
discussing the problem regarding with the Hartnell governor. So already okay, we were discussed the Hartnell governor in earlier class. So now we will discuss the regarding the problem, Hartnell governor problem. So a Hartnell governor having a central sleeve spring and two right-angled bell crank levers. Two right-angled bell crank levers moves between 290 rpm and 310 rpm. 290 rpm and 310 rpm for a sleeve lift of 15 mm. The sleeve arms and the ball arms are 80 mm and 120 mm respectively. The levers are pivoted at 120 mm from the governor axis and the mass of each ball is 2.5 kg. The ball arms are parallel to the governor axis at the lowest equilibrium speed. Determine the loads on the spring at the lowest and highest equilibrium speeds. Second one, stiffness of the spring. Okay, all of you read carefully of our problem and write the given values from the problem description. From the problem description. Okay. So now from the problem description we will write the our given values, that is the our n1 n2 are there. So n1 is the 290 rpm. When we know the n1 value and simply to find the angular velocity of the minimum speed, so that is the omega 1 equals to 2 pi n1 by 60. So then when we calculated the value, then simply to get 30.4 radian per seconds, and n2 is also known. So n2 value is the 310 rpm. So again we may also calculated the our omega 2, that is the 2 pi n2 by 60. So that is the 32.5 radian per seconds. And sleeve lift already they have given sleeve lift, that is the h value equals to 15 mm. So it is also converted into meters, that is equals to 0.015 meters. And y equals to 80 mm. So that is the our y value is 80 mm. That is, and x equals to 120 mm. X equals to 120 mm. So and r, okay, r, the levers are pivoted at 120 mm from the governor axis and mass of the each ball. Okay, 120 mm. So that is the our r equals to 120 mm and m equals to 2.5 kg. So these are the given values are there. And now okay, what are the forces are there, and those are represented with the simple diagram, so that is the, they are not drawn the okay total vector diagram, just they are representing the only okay the diagram, vector diagram, simple vector diagram. So that is already they said in statement, that is our bell crank lever will be arranged, that is the right angle. Okay, so that is the right angle. Okay, right angle type of bell crank lever. Bell crank lever is okay, arranged as a two right angled. Okay, so right angle type means then simply to construct the, okay, 90 degrees. Our vertical arm is the 90 degrees and our horizontal arm is there. Okay, angle between the horizontal to our vertical arm is the our 90 degrees. So and y value is the 80 and x value is the 120. Y value is 80 and x is the 120. And r value is how much? 120 mm. R equals to 120. That is also represented in our diagram. And so they will also maintain the some okay, distance, some offset. Okay, so that means offset means so our bell crank lever is also having the some gap from the our governor axis to the our bell crank lever one end to the okay, one end, that is the this place. So some gap is there. Now all of you observe that. So what are the forces are there? So those forces are mainly here. So the fly balls are having the our, okay, the fly balls are having centrifugal force that is also acting towards right side. Okay, and our bell crank lever will carries the some weight. Okay, sleeve, for example, uh, sleeve sleeve weight, sleeve weight, sleeve mass. So that is the capital mg plus s1 by 2. So one is belongs to the sleeve mass and another one is belongs to the spring mass, spring value. Okay, spring force. So that is the mg plus s1 by 2 is here. Okay, so this is the this is belongs to the lowest position diagram. So now here we may also represent it here, that is the load on the spring at the lowest and highest equilibrium speeds. Okay, so let S equals to spring load at lowest equilibrium speed and S2 equals to spring load at highest equilibrium speed. They may set here spring load, okay, at highest equilibrium speed S2. So and lowest is the S. Why? Because so the bell crank lever, okay, arrangement is right angled. Okay, right angle type, right angle arrangement is there. That means uh, horizontal arm to vertical arm, okay, maintain the 90 degrees angle. So that is the our, okay, S equals to only S. S is equals to lowest position and S2 is the highest position. So now they may set that since the ball arms are parallel to the governor axis at the lowest equilibrium speed. Okay. Now shall we take the our, okay, lowest position, lowest equilibrium speed, lowest equilibrium speed. So in this N1 already known 290 RPM and R equals to R1. Why? Because R equals to R1. Why? Because lowest position also it will be the same. So this is the lowest position. R1 equals to how much? 120 mm. So 120 mm equals to 0.12 meters. Now we will also find the centrifugal force at the minimum speed. FC1 equals to, so m omega 1 square r1, m omega 1 square r1, formula already known. So m is the 2.5 flyball mass and omega 1 is the already calculated in earlier. Okay, so that is the 30.4 and our r1 is the 0.12. So just you will calculate the value. Okay, so that is 277 newtons. And now again we'll calculate the highest equilibrium. Okay, highest equilibrium speed at the highest equilibrium speed. Let us find the radius of rotation at highest equilibrium speed. So N2 is the 310 RPM. So now the position of ball arm and sleeve arms at the highest equilibrium speed, just you will observe the highest position. When it is going to be, okay, highest position, so then R2 value, how we calculated the R2 value, just you will observe that. R2 is the radius of rotation and we know the, okay, relation between the, okay, our H2 our radiuses. So radius of rotation, that is the our h equals to r2 minus r1 into y by x. H equals to r2 minus r1 into y by x. R2 equals to R1 plus h into x by y. So in this, just substituted the known values. R1 already known 0.12 and h is known 0.015 and x is known 0.12 by y is the our 0.08. Okay, x is the 0.12 and y is the 0.08. So again, okay, we may get the value. So that is the our 0.1425. Just calculate the value. So 0.1425 meters. It is the our radius of rotation at maximum speed. At maximum speed. At highest equilibrium or maximum speed. Now going to find the our centrifugal force. So FC2 equals to MC2 m omega 2 square R2. M omega 2 square R2. So again, you will calculate the value here. Just you will calculate the value. Just tell me the value. Actually, in this session, we are also missing that value. Just you will calculate the value. M is the our flyball mass 2.5 and omega 2 is the 32.4 or just you will observe that 32.5 and R2 is the 0.1425. Just calculated the value. Roll number 385. Respond. $385. So tell me the value. Okay, just you will make the calculation. Tell me the value. Anyone? M omega 2 square R2. $376.28. Okay, nearly to get 376 newtons. 376. Now, neglecting the obliquity effect of arms and the movement due to the weight of the balls, we have the have for lowest position. When we take the lowest position, in this fly ball smalls also neglecting and arms. Okay, arms and levers masses are also neglected. So then the equation will come mg, capital MG plus S1 equals to 2 into FC1 x by y. 2 into FC1 x by y. So in this, 2 into okay, F means FC1 already calculated 277 into 0.12 by 0.008. So it may also come 831 newtons. Okay, and again sleeve weight is also neglecting here. Sleeve weight is also 0. They may not mention. Okay, that value is also neglecting. Okay, they may not mention the sleeve lift. Okay, sorry, sleeve weight, sleeve mass. So that's why that is also taken to be 0. So then S1 equals to how much? So 831 newtons. S1 equals to 831 newtons. Spring force at the lowest position. Okay, 831 newtons. And similarly to find highest position. So it is also similar equation. Mg plus S2 equals to 2 into FC2 x by y. So FC2 value is the 376. Okay, 2 into 376 into 0.12 by 0.08. So again, it may okay, sorry, it may also come nearly 1128 newtons. So M is the again 0. So then S2 equals to 1128 newtons. 1128 newtons. 1128 newtons. So those are the spring forces are there. Now going to find the our stiffness of the spring. So stiffness of the spring. So just you will observe that stiffness of the spring. Okay, you have the relation between the spring forces to the stiffness. So that is the small s equals to S2 minus S1 by H. S2 minus S1 by H. So S2 value is there. So that is the 1128 minus 831 by H value is also written in our 15. So that means what the value here, what the value attaining here, that value will also come Newton per mm, 19.8 Newton per mm. So that is the value Newton per mm. Okay. Newton per mm. Okay, just all of you copy the matter. Okay, all of you copy the matter. Just observe that heart and governor. Here have the vertical arms of bell crank lever is there. That is also attached with the spring balls, and so that is also attached with the spring balls. Just you will observe that. And this is the total frame is there. The frame will also enclosing with the our spring balls. Okay, spring balls that is connected with the springs. Okay, spring balls are there. And the spring balls one end is attached with the our bell crank lever, and another end is attached with the sleeve. Okay, so that the sleeve is also there. And this is the spindle axis. This is the spindle, or this is the spindle, and the sleeve is also here. Just you will observe that. Okay, so here you have the additional force. So additional force are there for resisting of the our centrifugal force. For resisting of the centrifugal force. Why? Because so spring balls are here. So this is the we are also having the balls are here, this place. So that balls are also attaching with the our spring. Okay, spring is there. So spring, springs are there. So what is the force are attaining here? So by the by the help of our by the help of our higher or lower speeds. Sorry, by the help of our sleeve up and downs, by the sleeve movement of up position to down positions. So that force is resisted, that centrifugal force. Okay, if it is going to be the centrifugal force is higher, then that force is resisting with the help of our spring. Why? Because that spring is also consisting or enclosing with the this structure, this frame. So if it is going to be higher, then that is resisting, or that is against to the our centrifugal force. Okay, so that is also happen in our particular heart tongue governor. Heart tongue governor. So this is the our, and spring balls are here. Just you will observe that. What are the parts are there? It is also similar to that, but the additionally to have the springs. So the spring, spring balls are there. Spring balls are there in this arrangement. And total structure, it is also similar to the earlier one, but the smallest thing is we are having the enclosing of the particular structure with the help of our frame. Okay, that frame is also that frame is also attached with the our springs. So that is there. Okay, now we will also observe the Wilson-Hartnell governor. Okay, I will also tell you the small derivation is also there, belongs to the our heart tongue governor. I will also tell you. So before going to tell that one, So just you will observe that. What is the arrangement is there in Wilson-Hartnell government? Wilson-Hartnell government is also not. This is the shape is there. Are you visible my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the our Hartnell governor and okay, Hartnell governor. Just you will observe that. Now recently opened the PDF. Okay, just observe that. So we will take the only one side of the our structure, only one side of the diagram. So in this, what are the forces are? Okay, what are the forces are there in our particular structure? Just you will observe that. So that is the our centrifugal force Fc is there. Okay, and our spring force is there. The spring force is also going to towards inside. Okay, if the centrifugal force going to okay towards away from the governor axis or spindle axis, so that is resisted with the some spring force. Yes, is there. Okay, and our distances from the our okay distances, those are the x is there and y is there from spindle axis. Vertical distance is x is there and horizontal distance y is there. And where you have to arranging the our bell crank lever another end, so that bell crank lever place is also have the some okay force is there. That is our sleeve lift. Sorry, sleeve weight. Sleeve weight is there. That is the mg/2. That sleeve weight is mg/2. mg/2. So now observe that. So what are the notations are used in our particular derivation? That is the our S equals to spring force, Fc equals to our centrifugal force, and m is the mass of the sleeve, capital M, and x and y is the length of the vertical and horizontal arms. Okay, vertical and horizontal arm of the bell crank lever. Now simply they will write the only one equation, that is the our momentum equation. So just you will observe that when the governor is in mid position, neglecting the obliquity of the arms. So we are also neglecting the okay arms of the our okay arms of the weight. Okay, neglecting the arms of the weight. Then taking the moments about the fulcrum. About the fulcrum is here, this place. Okay, the fulcrum is this place. So then this position. So okay. So fulcrum is that one. Oh. So now taking the moments about fulcrum. So then what are the forces are there? Just you will represent that. Fc into x equals to Sx plus mg/2 into y. mg/2 into y. But actually the y value will representing up to our okay spindle axis. It is also both are okay equal. Okay, sorry, the okay mg/2 and y value. Okay, y value, what is the distance is there? That is okay up to this place. Our spindle axis is also equal to that roller place. Okay, so that's why they are also considering as the our okay our distance value is the y. So Fc into x equals to Sx plus mg/2 into y. Okay, already you know that equilibrium condition. Okay, so when we take the momentum, so that is the Fc is going to rotate anti-clockwise direction. Observer assumed to that Fc is rotating anti-clockwise, and other two forces, that is our spring force and our mass of the sleeve, both are acting as the clockwise rotation. That's why they are also writing as the another side, and centrifugal force writing as the another side. Okay, only that one. Now another one, just you will observe that. Okay, someone raised their queries. Just we will wait a minute. Just you will observe that Wilson-Hartnell governor. Wilson-Hartnell governor. So Wilson-Hartnell governor have the two springs are there in our arrangement in our structure. So that is the one spring is okay attached between the our fly balls, and another spring is just you will observe that okay at the end of the okay our sleeve that is also have uh, one lever is also passing through the sleeves okay from the sleeve that is also arranging here. Yes, sleeves also have that one, and the distance is the up to our fulcrum. Okay, our pivoted point is there of our lever. That is the A is there from the distance A, the distance between the spindle axis to fulcrum, and the distance B from okay fulcrum to the our spring. Okay, spring position. So that is the B position. Hello. Don't mind. Some of the people are okay. Uh, tell their attendance in our chart list. It is not necessary. Okay. So no need to worry about of your attendance. I will also okay take your attendance. Okay, I will also take the your attendance. Now you will observe that let P equals to tension in the mainspring. Okay, what is the tension is there? That P value. So P equals to tension in the mainspring. This is also considered as the mainspring. So P is there, and S is the our tension in the auxiliary spring. Tension in the auxiliary spring. S is the tension in the auxiliary spring. This is considered as the our auxiliary spring. So that is the S is there. Mass of each ball. So that is the fly balls are the mass, small m is there, and mass of sleeve is the capital M, and SB stiffness of each ball spring. Okay, this one is the SB is the our stiffness of okay fly balls, and SA is the stiffness of auxiliary spring, and R is the radius of rotation of the balls. Now you will calculate the total downward force on the sleeve. Total downward force on the sleeve. Just you will observe that. So that equals to mg plus s into b by a. Mg plus s into b by a. So what are the forces are there? Downward forces. Okay, vertical forces. Simply to take the our mg plus s into b by a. Mg plus s into b by a. So that is the our downward forces. Okay, downward forces. Now taking the moments about O. Okay, so this is the fulcrum. They may also consider as this is the fulcrum. Okay, so when we take the particular section, this is the fulcrum. So taking the moments about O, so and neglecting the effect of pull of gravity on the ball, neglecting the effect of pull of gravity on the balls. So then, so Fc minus P into X equals to mg plus s into b by a by 2 into y. So just we will observe that how we write the our momentum equation. So what are the forces are there? Okay, and that is very important. So those are the Fc minus P. Why? Because the centrifugal force value is the our Fc. Okay, and our okay P is there, tension in the mainspring. So this is the our okay spring is also there. Tension in the mainspring is also there. P is also there. So that is also resisting to the our centrifugal force. That's why they are also mentioned here. That is the Fc minus P into X. Okay, subtracting the particular tension. So Fc minus P is the our force is there. The total attaining force is Fc minus P, and into X is the our distance from the our fulcrum equals to, and downward forces that is the mg by 2 mg plus s into b by a. Okay, mg plus s into b by a. Mg plus s into b by a. Already you have written in this place b by a by 2 into y. Okay, So that is the our momentum equation is there. In this, when we take the minimum speed, so minimum speed, when we consider the minimum speed, fc1 minus p1 into x, okay, fc1 minus p1 into x equals to mg plus s1 into b by a2, mg plus s1 into b by a by 2 into y. So it is taken as the equation number 1. And at the maximum speed, fc2 minus p2 into x equals to mg plus s2 into b by a by 2 into y. It is taken as the equation number 2. In this, when we get the 1 and 2 equations, so just subtracting the 2 minus 1. So then the values are fc2 minus fc1 minus p2 minus p1 into x equals to s2 minus s1 into b by a into y by 2. It is taken as the equation number 3. It is taken as the equation number 3. Okay. Now, when the radius increases from R1 to R2, the ball springs extended. Okay, the ball springs are extending, and the amount by the amount of 2 into R2 minus R1, 2 into R2 minus R1, and auxiliary spring extending, okay, extend by the amount of R2 minus R1 into y by x into b by a, y by x into b by a. So those are the, okay, those are the things happen in our particular system when the radius increases from R1 to R2. Okay. Now observe that. So later this one will substituted in our equation. Okay. So in this, they may also calculated that, sorry, P2 minus P1 values. So that is the P2 minus P1 equals to 2 into SB, 2 into SB into 2 into R2 minus R1. 2 into P2 minus P1, just they calculated the our tension in the main springs. P2 minus P1 equals to 2 into SB into 2 into R2 minus R1. That equals to how much? 4 into SB R2 minus R1. And similarly to write S2 minus S1 equals to S2 minus S1 equals to SA into R2 minus R1, SA into R2 minus SA into R2 minus R1 into Y by X into B by A. Okay, SA into R2 minus R1 into Y by X into B by A. Okay. Substitute the values P2 minus P1 and S2 minus S1 in our equation number 3. So when we substituted the values, then the equation will come FC2 minus FC1 into 4 into SB into R2 minus R1 into X equals to and SA into R2 minus R1 into Y by X into B by A into B by A into Y by 2. So then the values are okay. So FC2 minus FC1 minus 4 into SB into R2 minus R1. This X is also sending to the our right side portion. So then SA by 2 into R2 minus R1 into, so Y by X is there, and recently to come the Y X. So Y by X. So Y by X into B by A whole square. So then the term is 4 into SB plus SA by 2 into Y by X into B by A whole square equals to FC2 minus FC1 by R2 minus R1. Okay. In this, they may also take the one case, that is the when the auxiliary spring is not used, then SA equals to 0. When the auxiliary spring is not used, then SA equals to 0. Then 4SB equals to FC2 minus FC1 by R2 minus R1. FC2 minus FC1 by R2 minus R1. So similarly, to write SB equals to FC2 minus FC1 by 4 into R2 minus R1, R2 minus R1. So that is the our, okay, Wilson Hartnell governor. So in this mainspring is the our, okay, mainspring. So that is the P, that is having the tension of P, and our stiffness of each ball spring. Okay, so that is okay, just you will observe that this is the B, this is the auxiliary spring is there. So our okay, SB is representing with stiffness of the each ball spring. So this one, and SA is the stiffness of auxiliary spring. Okay, auxiliary spring is there, and our main spring is there. Okay, and they may also maintain the our tensions.